Welcome to No Notes.
I'm Colby.
And I'm Alex.
And welcome back to this week's episode.
Welcome back. So after Matt Rogers, did you go home and eat? Because you didn't have dinner before, and we weren't under the influence.
So I came home and I snacked.
I knew that like something was going to happen because you didn't eat. And
I had a very late lunch that day, did not have dinner, and you sort of forced me to take
wait.
An edible and a half.
Yeah.
And
we had the meet and greet. So not only did we watch the show, but we had the meet and greet.
Which was as long as the show.
Yep.
And yeah, I came home and it was one of those moments where I needed a little bit of something both sweet and salty, savory, and I just could not be satiated. So I was a monster in the pantry for a good 45 minutes.
I was thinking that the entire time. I was like, both him and Avery are going to be munching.
I mean, in that moment, I would really want to be like, does anyone want to go to Orphan Andy's?
And it was right there. I probably would have gone.
Oh,
good thing you didn't say anything. No, I didn't need it. I did not deserve anything.
I was upset, though, because the whole way home, I was thinking about, I'm going to have a bowl of cereal. Like, I'm going to fuck up some Raisin Bran when I get home. And there wasn't a single goddamn cereal.
I was gonna say if you had even milk,
I would have even been. We always have milk, but I would have been willing to settle for Honey Nut Cheerios, which is also usually in our pantry, and neither were to be found.
Wait, I have a question.
Yes.
Are you one of those white folks that has a glass of milk with their dinner?
Absolutely not.
Okay, thank God.
I don't even really like milk.
Then why is it in the fridge?
Larry has it for his protein shakes.
Oh yeah,
smoothie things or something that
yeah.
he makes.
Milk is way better than water.
Yeah.
So as usual, we're gonna start off with our tops and bottoms. For the new folks, we flip a coin to decide which one of us will discuss a top, aka the highlight of the week, and the other will discuss a bottom or something bad that happened this week. So do you have both ready?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay, so I'm going to flip the coin, and what do you want?
I'll do heads for tops.
Head for tops. All right, let's see. And that is tails. Last week I was also tails.
Yeah, but I called tails last time, so.
So
you get top.
So I get top. I'll start it off. So my top of the week is actually the interview Z-Way did with George Santos. Did you watch it?
I've only seen a few clips from TikTok, and it seems pretty hysterical.
It is really good. I don't know how this is going to come across, but I think George Santos is kind of likable, just not in the Congress. Like, not in Congress. Like, his avenue should have been the Real Housewives of New York rather than Congress. But, like, I would kind of love to see him in a non-threatening forum.
I understand what you're saying. So I actually have an issue with society's need to prop up villains. Like, is it Anna Delvey?
Who's that?
Who's the one that was like the crook that she was like scamming everyone in the New York social scene, and then
you?
No. There's like the whole
the German chick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like that like there's so many people that stan her. And I just think that's just
silly.
It's just like everything that's wrong with us.
Yeah.
And like same for George Santos. Like we can make as much fun of it as we want, but it's pretty fucking awful that he held onto his position as long as he did.
Yeah.
Now that he's out, it's kind of funny, and like would I like to see him on something? Sure. But at the same time, the thought of him like profiting off of that or becoming rich, like I think it would make me angry.
I think he's gonna need it. I think he's in negative money right now.
Probably.
What do you think about him having an Hermes bracelet, dragging down Hermes's good name?
I mean, honestly, it's one of the most basic things you could buy from Hermes, so it's kind of fitting for him.
Oh, is that something you could just like go in the store and buy?
Yeah, it's like a $600 bracelet, and all the like basic Hermes girlies
have it.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought Hermes.
It's very 2006 too.
Sad. Anyway, what's your bottom?
Mine is not super interesting, but it's very topical. I just had the flu and it was a bitch. Mm-hmm. And I had like a nearly 103 fever for 2 days. And it seems like everybody's getting it right now. And it's just a consequence of
being gay in America.
Yeah. I mean, I feel victimized.
Yeah, you know what? I feel like gays get sick together. Like as soon as one person has it, every gay has it.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's one or all.
Yeah, it's from the bathhouses. I mean, that's not where
yeah, I was gonna
that's
say.
not where I got it, but I'm just saying that's the real communal spot.
So let's get to like what we're gonna be discussing this week.
Yeah, today's kind of a special episode, right?
Yeah, so it is our Christmas episode.
First Christmas episode.
And what's your relationship with Christmas?
I mean, I definitely liked it as a child. At what age did you stop believing in Santa?
So that's the thing is that my parents never really enforced the idea of like they would always be like Santa Claus, but like I knew that it wasn't like I could see my mom's handwriting at all times.
Is Santa big in like Mexican culture?
I don't think so. You know what?
Or,
Santa Claus.
I figured maybe more so in Mexican American culture, but
no. Like there's not even a real like a Hispanic version of Santa. It's like Santa Claus.
But are your parents Catholic?
Yeah.
And Christmas is still pretty popular within the Catholic Church, right?
Yeah, Christmas is, but like the actual like me believing in Santa Claus wasn't
really a thing.
Yeah, not really a thing. I never.
So was
really
that weird
it.
for you as like a kid when everyone else was talking about Santa and you just weren't bought into it or didn't care?
I don't remember ever like having like discussions with kids about Santa Claus.
Weird.
Maybe I just don't remember, but like I don't think it was a thing. And I was in English as a second language classes, so like everyone was Latino.
Yeah. I definitely think I fell out of Santa at an early age. Like, I just think I was always a 40-year-old woman, basically. So probably by the age of like 4 or 5, I was like, yeah, no, this guy's not real.
Yeah.
But I still very much loved the idea of Christmas. I still love getting gifts. Like, honestly, I just want to unwrap like 50 presents.
Yeah. You're famously like Harry's cousin.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, what is your like growing up, like how did you accept gifts? Like
I mean, I definitely got a lot of presents. I was fortunate enough that I don't think there was a Christmas where I didn't get exactly what I wanted.
How did you communicate? Was it a Santa list?
Yeah, I mean, when I was really young, I think I wrote a Santa list, but otherwise, I think I developed the skill of dropping not so obvious hints pretty early on.
Like what?
Like,
Mom, Dad, I keep shitting myself. Can you buy me adult diapers?
No, just like, oh, I really enjoyed playing this game at Zach's house. I think I would like to have it.
I think it's called Barbie.
GoldenEye. What is the best Christmas gift that you ever got as a child? Or alternatively, what is the Christmas gift you wanted as a child but never got?
You know, I can't say that I didn't get what I wanted. The one that I do remember being probably like the best one, my parents got me the PS2 with the Jack and Dexter combo pack.
Oh, yeah.
Man, that changed my life. Like, I always think Kingdom Hearts changed my life and made me gay. But Jack and Dexter, it's like RPG, like, you know, the seed of an open world concept. Like, it was so I spent countless hours replaying that game. So much fun.
I do remember in that period of like maybe early, like preteen sort of age, that the highlights of every year were like the big consoles and the games and all that. But the one Christmas gift that really stands out in my mind that I really wanted, and I got it, but it was tarnished for me. Can you guess what it was?
Can I get a hint?
It requires it uses heat.
Is it nuclear warfare?
Close. It was an easy bake oven.
Oh, you know what? I watched those commercials and I wanted one
Exactly.
so bad.
What psycho's idea was it to give children a cooking?
A sexist.
Well, it was
person?
a bit sexist, but a literal oven, a miniature oven for children. Why was that ever a good idea?
Dangerous, doesn't
It is. So I looked at it. I looked it up because I was like, do they still make these? And it was recalled after some girl's finger had to be amputated after severe burns. And I was like, yeah, this is a terrible idea. But so I did get it for Christmas one year. My brother immediately snatched it and used all the things that came with it to make himself the treats.
So
And
what
then
did it come with?
I think it came with like a brownie and cookie kit sort of like mixes that you would make. And after that, I just didn't want it because it wasn't new for me, you know, like someone had already defiled it.
Mm-hmm.
But I really wanted that easy bake. And now I'll never know the joys of it.
So did you not even try it?
I don't think so.
Because they always looked so good, but they were like bright colors on them. So I like could never tell if it was the colors that attracted me or if it was actually tasted good.
I feel like the treats probably weren't that good.
They can't. It probably tastes like Play-Doh. Did you ever try Play-Doh? Eat it?
Eat it? No.
Yeah, salty. Not good. I would not recommend.
Why would you eat Play-Doh?
Have you seen the color of it? I just like a little nibble.
You might be
a little skosh.
You might be on the spectrum.
No, it definitely helped me. What doesn't kill you makes you stronger. A famous quote by
I mean,
Kelly
the
Clarkson.
smell of it alone just doesn't seem like delicious to me.
Yeah, you know what? I definitely got the smell now. The reason why I did it was because Morgan, this chick that I used to play with across the street growing up, she took a bite and she goes, "Eat it." And I ate it and it was so salty.
Gross.
It was just a little piece, but would not recommend.
I do remember a few years later, I ended up getting some sort of Harry Potter potions thing that you made like edible treats out of. And I remember that was actually kind of fun.
I do remember that. Oh, well, I don't remember being Harry Potter. I do remember being like
maybe it wasn't. I feel like it was though, like a potions making thing that you made like some sort of little treats.
It was potions, and I think it made them into like little gummy.
Yeah.
I don't think it was Harry Potter.
Well, it was like in that era.
Yeah,
though.
Same concept as the Easy Bake.
Yes,
but for quote boys.
Exactly.
The heterosexual equivalent, whatever.
Well, that was my childhood as Christmas childhood.
What do you think about Santa's physical looks?
Are you asking if I think Santa's a DILF or a
DILF?
A G DILF?
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm asking.
I don't think Santa can be a DILF or a G DILF for that matter because I don't think he has kids or grandchildren. But as far as his physical nature, I mean, it doesn't do it for me.
You know, sometimes a muscle bear would do it for me. But
I know you like a little bear,
but not. It's a little too much for me. But do you think he was cute as a younger guy?
No.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
I mean, was Santa ever a younger guy? Like, isn't that part of the lore that?
What, he was just birthed out as an old man?
I think he's just.
Whose woman's hips could birth something that big?
Yeah,
Colby.
I have no idea. I don't know. Santa creeps me out a little bit.
Why?
I don't know.
As far as I know, he's never touched anyone
that you know of.
That's
maybe
true.
if it's more of the concept of like a mall Santa that has ruined it for me. But
creepy.
I never wanted to go get those photos.
Neither did I. And my mom always wanted me to take pictures, but like when I was like way too old. Like she thought when I was like 13 that I was still 10. Oh my God, I never did it. But she definitely was pushing that idea when I was like way too old.
Santa also feels super problematic for me. Like, is he paying the elves? Are they forced to be there? Is he running a sweatshop?
And should we treat elves as humans or more like a dog?
You
know?
Like, who has more rights and freedom, like the reindeer or the elves? I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, when I saw Dobby on screen in Harry Potter, I thought, you know what? It is unfair.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So maybe I would think that the elves should be treated more like freed elves.
Yeah.
Maybe that's why they're trapped. No one has given them clothing.
Maybe someone should.
Me, I'll be the first.
I don't know. What else do you associate with Christmas?
Holiday parties.
Or like what? Yeah, is that your tradition now?
I feel like that's like the most Christmassy thing that we do. Like whether it's work holiday parties or like, you know, people inviting you over.
Mm-hmm.
Did you go to one this year?
I did go to a holiday party at work. That's where I'm pretty sure I contracted the flu. I'm very anti office holiday party.
But
there's no but. I just am very.
But you went to it.
I mean, there's sort of the expectation that you have to.
Yeah.
But it's always like the wear a silly, ugly sweater sort of theme.
Yeah, that's exactly what happened in mine.
People always drink too much. It's like all the straights that this is like the one time they can be away from their kids. And I don't know. There's always just like a layer of inappropriateness to it. I don't
agree.
know.
I was trying to leave. When you are ready to leave, how do you do it?
Oh, I just leave.
Do you wait till I don't know if was your holiday party before or during work hours or was it after?
After.
Damn, that sucks. See, if it was after, I'd be there for half an hour, 45 minutes, but mine started at 2 and so I felt obligated to stay there
all day. Yeah. No, ours was from like 4 to 7:30 or something like that.
Oh, I would have left at 5.
Yeah. So, it's kind of a big ask.
How long did you make it?
Maybe till like 6.
2 a.m.
No, but that's the thing though. It doesn't end there. Everyone's like someone inevitably suggests some sort of afters, and they all went and did karaoke afterwards. It's just like nothing good's gonna come from that.
It would have been funny if you were like, "Wait, I thought this was a different kind of afters."
Suggested an outing in the Castro.
Oh God, no! Take them to Toad Hall and then leave. Go to another one.
Okay, but so for me, like my tradition, I guess I always associate Christmas with movies. I always love going to the movies at Christmas. And I wanted to ask you, have you ever seen this Mexican fantasy Christmas movie called Santa Claus? It's like from 1959.
No.
You need to see this.
It's in Spanish?
The original version, and then there was like a dubbed version, English dubbed version. But Santa works in outer space and he has Merlin for some reason. And the plot is that the devil has sent a demon named Pitch, which I'm assuming is short for pitchfork, to mess up Santa's plans by making all the children do bad things, and therefore they'll be on the naughty list. And one of the main kids that he's messing with is some girl named Lupita. You're Lupita. But you should watch it.
I'll watch it. I'll put it on my list.
Fever dream of a movie. And honestly, I thought my mind had made it up, and then I Googled it recently, and no, it's a real film.
When did you see this movie?
How did you even come across it? At some point when I was very young. But it is one of the strangest Christmas movies I've ever seen.
Is it black and white?
No, it's colorized.
Oh, weird. I also love watching the Harry Potter movies during Christmas. Actually, any holiday.
Yeah. I like a movie that isn't necessarily Christmas themed, but has Christmas featured in it. Yeah. So the Harry Potter movies are a good one. The Sex and the City movie, Mean Girls. Mm-hmm, there's a whole list of ones that have, a little bit of it in them, but I hate the Hallmark style movies.
When was the gay one? The gay Netflix
Single All the Way.
Yeah. When was that released? Was that last year?
2 years? I don't remember. So bad. You're talking about the one with Luke McFarlane.
Yeah. Yeah.
Awful. This is okay. We do not need to make those kind of movies for gays
at all. Also,
at all.
I think it came out. Yeah, it definitely came out before AI, but I think that was the first movie that was written, produced, directed by AI because nothing in that movie resembles reality.
I don't even remember Jennifer Coolidge being funny in it. And that to me tells me it's just a bad movie.
Yeah. A movie that has Jennifer Coolidge in it and makes her unfunny.
Mm-hmm.
Terrible.
Yep.
Like that. All you have to do is put her on the screen. She blinks. Hilarious. Not in that movie.
Well, so I like the movies. I still like to decorate a tree, although
I love your tree this year.
it's actually right there.
Oh my God. I wish this was a visual forum, but it is a Trader Joe's
It's not Trader Joe's.
little 1 footer tree in a pot.
But you're missing the butt plug ceramic that's on the side of it.
Can you describe that? I just like while you're in the bathroom, I checked your Instagram story and I saw your tree topper.
Yeah, so I have a tree topper too that on one side of it is a naked ripped man with a raging heart on, and the other side of it is a guy spreading his cheeks.
We'll take a picture and upload it onto our social media. But where did you get this freaking?
So
tree
they
topper?
come from this amazing ceramicist, Pansy Ass Ceramics, and they're all heavily LGBTQ themed ceramics. And every year they produce a holiday collection that's just phenomenal.
Is that where you got the little?
Yeah, I have a planter like for my succulent that is just a bubble butt and a jock strap. Yeah, that's also Pansy Ass Ceramics.
It's hilarious. Oh God.
So I love that. And then I always have my little elf on the shelf, which we're joined by here.
Oh yeah, he looks a little Latino.
This is Pfefferminze. Well, it's German for peppermint.
Oh, Colby.
He definitely
looks like you.
Doesn't he give fem top energy?
Yeah, he looks like he's carrying a third arm.
Okay.
So I know that you love Christmas. So I have
Do I love Christmas?
You got engaged during Christmas time. You used to fly to Paris because San Francisco wasn't, quote, festive enough.
Okay, I do like the festivity, but continue.
So I created this little mini Christmas game for you to play since I had
I feel
a great
like this
time.
is payback for me creating a game for you last week.
It definitely is, but this is it's supposed to be fun, and I would think you would know. You should know all these.
Scary.
So it's just basically Christmas trivia.
I'm definitely gonna fail at this.
Are you ready? I don't care if you fail.
Okay, fine.
All that matters is that you did it
Okay.
and the friends you made along the way.
All right. Well, we'll give it a whirl.
Here we go. Question number 1. I'm going to try doing a different voice. Really low. In Mean Girls. No, it sounds the same.
No.
I'm going to stop.
No.
In Mean Girls, which Christmas song do the Plastics get up and perform?
Oh my God. My brain is literally frozen right now.
Sing the song. It has the
I'm
name.
trying. My brain is not
Oh
spinning out right now. I envisioned the mom with a
Oh
camcorder.
Colby.
I have no idea.
Are you serious?
Yeah, it's just not coming to me right now. What is it?
You don't.
I will know it as soon as you say it. I just.
What a bright side.
Yeah. Yeah.
What is that called? Keep on singing it. It says
There's
it.
a one horse sleigh, giddy up. I don't know the name of it though.
Jingle Bell Rock.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Colby.
If it was in a list of
Colby.
multiple choice, I would be able to select it.
Colby.
I
What's
told
wrong
you.
with you.
I told you. This is not for me.
Okay, now I'm asking. Okay, you're definitely not gonna get this one. What year did Mariah Carey's "All I Want for Christmas"
Oh shit.
come out?
I was actually gonna say that I am not a fan of this song, and I hate that it has somehow become so iconic on social media for Christmas. Let me think.
I'll give you a clue. It's in the 90s.
Yeah, I was gonna say 98.
Close. 94.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
In Home Alone, how many siblings did Kevin have?
Oh, it's so interesting that you asked this because I didn't know that the other Culkin is
Which
in the
related?
it was in the movies as well.
No idea.
Yeah. This is tough because there's like cousins and stuff that are in the house as well.
Just think of the first one. Just the first one.
It's how many siblings?
Yeah.
Is there 3?
4. I'll give it to you. All right, well, almost
This
done.
is going. This is going really
poorly.
well.
Yeah,
really well.
yeah. I think it's the pressure.
It is the pressure.
Oh God. Okay, next one. In the song 12 Days of Christmas, what is gifted on the seventh day?
I have no idea.
Colby. This is so bad.
Aren't they
seven
they're-
swans are swimming.
I will say they're all birds, basically. So
yeah.
like 50% of them. So
Okay, this one, if you do not get, I'm going to
is this a bonus, like a lightning round?
No, this is the last question.
Oh, okay.
Last question. If you do not get this one, I'm going to walk out. Okay.
You're the one that made this awful game.
It's not even, you didn't know Jingle Bell Rock from Mean Girls? Come on. Wait. Okay, whatever. What is the Grinch's dog's name?
Oh.
3 letters.
3 letters. What's the first one?
Oh, Colby, you're killing me.
I almost watched.
Okay, I'm gonna leave. Let's just stop recording right now. It's Max.
Oh yeah. If these were multiple choice, I would get 100%. I don't know.
I'm so disappointed.
I don't
This
know
is the
why
most
you
disappointing.
thought that I would love Christmas so much that I would know. Like
These I
I
can
have
call
not-
up anyone and ask them what is the song that the Mean Girls would perform, and everyone would get it.
yeah. I mean, now that you
Blair
said,
would get it.
I don't listen to Christmas music though, so it all like is weird to me.
Colby.
Like, what's in this drink? Baby, it's cold outside. Like, it's
Oh my
weird. And why
gosh.
is Santa coming down my chimney tonight? I don't know. It's weird.
All right, you're disappointing me. Let's just move on to the meat of our discussion.
All right.
We went to go see Matt Rogers' Christmas special. Have you heard of Christmas?
And just to clarify, this is our no notes section of this episode.
Did I say something else?
No, you just said
Oh.
you wanted to move on.
Yeah, this is our no notes section. So, who is Matt Rogers?
Well, it's funny you bring that up because I would think, like 2 years ago, if you'd have asked me this question, I don't think I really would have known Matt Rogers, but he's becoming a bit like prolific within the gay community. He was in Fire Island. He has been featured in an episode of Glamorous
Mm-hmm.
on Netflix, right? Netflix.
Yeah.
And he is also the co-host of a podcast we love, Las Culturistas.
Yeah, so he's my personal idol. Like, I think Matt Rogers is so funny and he works hard. Him and Bowen are just 2 of my idols. I look up to them. And like you said, I listen to their podcast like all the time and quote them.
I've been a fan of Bowen and I love his work on SNL. I think I hadn't really come around to Matt Rogers yet, but Glamorous is where that started to change for me. He gave you an entire developed, realized character with repeating not this in a variety of different ways.
Yeah.
And if that's not talent, I don't know what is.
He was also pretty amazing in Fire Island. He had a lot of one-liners.
Oh yeah.
He was fantastic.
There's like the section or part where he's like, I don't know why you don't consider me more of a threat. And I mean, I love that. I love that line. It reminds me of one of our friends. It's just hysterical.
He's so funny. The energy he gives is like nothing but positive, and he's hilarious.
So we went to see Matt Rogers' Christmas special that Alex had got me tickets for my birthday.
Yeah.
And it was at the Castro Theater here in San Francisco.
Mm-hmm.
You want to tell them about the special itself?
Yeah, so he does this every year. I think this is his like 6th or 7th year.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I thought it was only like the 2nd year.
No, he's been doing this for a while. I don't know if he's toured as many cities as the last 2 years, but it's been going on for 6 years. It's a musical, but every song is pretty funny. This year was the first year he actually has a band with him. So in the previous years, or the last year when I saw him in San Francisco, he had a pianist who just so happens to be his ex-boyfriend.
Yeah.
But this year he has a full band, and he performed at the Castro Theater, like like what do you have? Any notes on Castro Theater?
I mean, I love the venue. I love any of those like classical venues that have character and detailing. I feel like they have a bit of a soul to them, and especially something in the Castro that's just so storied. And I did look this up because you were talking about how the seats are going to be removed, and the city did approve, or they wouldn't pass legislation to consider the seats as
historic.
Like landmarked. And so I think they will end up being removed. So I think that's a bit of a shame. But I think the venue's really cool. It's intimate and it's just got that old time charm to it. So it was cute to see that kind of show there.
Yeah. So just for like folks that don't know, Castro Theater, it has theater seats. So during the show, you're seated the entire time. There was this discussion in order for Castro Theater to be able to make more revenue. They wanted to rip out the seats and just so that more people can see the event going on. There was some pushback, but eventually it did get pushed that they are going to eliminate the seats. You love seats, right?
Oh yeah, I think more shows should be seated. Like honestly, there's nothing more than I hate at concerts of your view being blocked by people that are taller than you and are like screaming out the performance. Like I'd love to just sit and be able to watch it and have that great view.
Yeah. I wonder, so they have the theater itself, as Colby was saying, it's like has so many details. It has like all the intricate work that you see. The outdoor is obviously iconic. It's the Castro neon sign from the Castro Street. But inside it's 2 levels. I think the upper level is going to stay with the seats.
Okay.
So
I mean, that makes sense.
Yeah. So I think they're going to give you the best of both worlds. You have the downstairs that's going to be, full, open to the public, general admission. And then the top, if you want, you can be able to still be seated. So I think, you know what, if they want to make more revenue, if that's the way to save the Castro Theater, I'm all for it.
Yeah. I will say I love that Matt did not have an opener. That is another thing that drives me crazy, is especially not that say that Matt hasn't cultivated some level of fame.
He's not Beyonce.
Yeah. And so I hate when you go to see someone like that has an even lesser known person open for them. And I realize that's a great opportunity for that person, but I didn't sign up for an extra like 45-minute intro.
Agreed. And the best thing is the actual show was what, an hour?
Yeah, and straight to the point. There wasn't a long intermission like we got with Trixie and Katya. That was like
half an hour.
It was nearly as long as the show itself.
Yeah.
I will say my first critique, or maybe not my first, I hated his outfit.
So what was it?
So it was a sort of shimmery white faux silk kind of suit, but it was with suiting shorts, which is always a choice.
Yeah.
Pants certainly would have looked better. He's got some meaty thighs and legs that it was not cute. I would have preferred pants.
Yeah, and then
it was distracting for me, actually.
Was it?
Yeah.
Wow, is that offensive?
It was.
I will say that I think he did something like that because
he's dancing around. Probably gets hot.
Probably gets hot, and also it's an easy transition for him so he does a number of songs. One of the most famous songs is "The Hottest Girl in Whoville." I think that's what it's called, but it's a song about Martha May Whovier, from the Grinch, and it's like in the style of this like 90s R&B Mariah Carey song, and just talking about being the hottest bitch in Whoville. But he transitions, he takes off the jacket and puts on a wig, comes back on stage and does this in the little number. I think he probably did that because it's easy to get out of the outfit, but
yeah, I loved that number. And then the other one that I thought was really fun was the song that's sort of like Whitney Houston's "It's Not Right, But It's Okay," and it's from Mrs. Claus's point of view.
Yeah.
I actually thought that one was really fun.
Oh yeah. He gives like, I did the calculations. It would take 3 million whatever seconds
for him to go to every house. And so she's like,
where
you've
do you
been
go?
caught.
Yeah. Oh God. Yeah. I mean, it's really hard to do music comedy, right? Because you have like 10, 12 songs and each of them has to be somewhat funny, but he does a pretty good job.
Yeah. And I will say his songs have the right amount of crass to them while still feeling like festive and fun. You know, it doesn't feel like filthy.
Right.
Like there's a little bit of that injected into it, but enough so that it just feels like gay and funny and not, it doesn't diminish the spirit of it, I think. So I think it's really fun.
I also, he has a really good voice.
Yeah. I mean, the first song that he opened with, Also It's Christmas.
Yeah.
I was a little worried at the beginning, I'm not going to lie, because some of his vocals in that, like when it's getting really high, like the pitch of it was like cracking a little bit, but the rest of it, I think he really delivered, and he had some like good, like dance move and like choreography and energy with some of it too, like the way he was interacting with the audience.
His
I thought
energy
was really good.
is fantastic, and you could really see like he's hyping himself up in his head, and you can really see that he did like the entire show. He had consistent, strong, high energy.
Yeah. By the way, have you seen the music video for Also It's Christmas?
Is that the one with Zane Phillips?
Yes.
Yeah, I have seen it. Man, he is so hot.
Yeah, totally. I mean, honestly, I'm not supporting steroid usage, but his body in Glamorous.
Yeah. It appears that he would be.
And honestly, this reminds me, that's actually what I really want for Christmas.
Steroids?
No, just a massive rack. You know, like,
you can get that,
dude. If I ever get tits like our friend Andrea, I'm getting like bad boy nipple piercings, and I'm gonna be the most hellish thing you've ever experienced. Like,
I would be so worried of the nipple piercing getting caught
snagging on things.
Yeah, especially what if it got caught on your bracelet that always catches onto mesh twink tops.
This is random. I had someone tell me once that there's caught on the threshold, like the door framing, which I don't even know how that happens, but it ripped out and then they were bleeding. No. But anyway, I'm deviating a little bit, but if I could get anything from Santa this year, it would just be like a massive roided chest.
Just the chest, though. Like everything else completely out of proportion.
Yeah, exactly. But anyway, I loved the music video. It's kind of weird. It opens with Matt using a bidet in the public restroom of a club, which is kind of funny. And then Zane appears. And, yeah. I like the innuendos.
Oh God, yeah. He's funny. He has such a good creative comedy mind. Love Matt Rogers.
And this is so awful. I wish I could remember the name of the guest speaker that singer.
Alexis
something.
Yeah, Alexis something, which was a fascinating story. Like this person that was working at a theater was like singing.
Right.
Like in
he heard
some
them
sort of
singing and then just recruited them for a duet.
Yeah.
And this person has traveled on the tour with Matt and performed this duet, which was an incredible duet.
Yeah.
And I just thought that was so great, the way that Matt just sort of introduced this person and explained the story and like sort of celebrated them at the end. Like, gave them some swag and
standing ovation from us.
Got the crowd to give them a standing ovation. This is like someone who I think he said had just finished
grad school in London.
Yeah.
So probably, they probably just like transported him from place to place. Them, I should say them.
I mean, I always look to how people treat those around them, especially people that are, in a lower standing, so to speak, like, not as famous or not as well known or doesn't have the influence that he has.
What did you think about the closing number that All I Want for Christmas Is You, where he does this every year. He did this last year. Matt Rogers closes with Mariah Carey's famous song, but when it gets to the high note, he stops the song and then goes into the crowd to look for someone that could hit the high note.
I knew it was going to be bad. I just knew it.
So I saw it this last year as well. It was some chick. She did not hit it.
Of course not.
And then this
Who's
year,
going to be able to hit that?
Exactly. This year, he was like, okay, I want a guy. I want a guy this time.
That's not exactly what he said.
What did he say?
He was like, so Matt Rogers and Bowen, they refer to their podcast stands as Katie's.
Yeah.
And he was like, I don't want a Katie because a Katie always messes this up. He's like, I want an old school glorified faggot.
Yeah. And he got one. What did you think of this random audience member, their high note?
It
wasn't very good.
It wasn't good.
It wasn't good. It wasn't even that high.
It actually cracked at the beginning too, and it wasn't that high. It wasn't even the right like pitch. I just knew that this person was not going to hit it.
Last year and the same thing this year. The person, once they hit the high note, they never know what to do on stage. Like they linger on the stage for a little too long where it's very awkward.
Right.
Like there's no state, like someone needs to be like, get off.
Also, the pressure is so high in this because Matt is like telling everyone like basically that you can't leave until this is done. Like no one's going anywhere until someone hits this note.
Yeah.
And he's like scanning the whole audience. There's lights coming on everyone. And then like someone's got to go up on stage eventually, whether they can hit it or not, and perform this note in front of a whole audience.
Pretty good.
I think you should have done it.
Oh my God. Can you imagine? People would have like thrown Rotten Tomatoes at me. Oh,
I'd been the first one.
No, that guy really is gay. That guy really is a faggot. Pitchfork.
I was telling Avery, who was with us, that we both should have just pointed at you while you were facing Matt so that he would have grabbed you.
God. So yeah, what would you give the show overall?
The show, I would give it an 8.5 out of 10.
Yeah, I would. Musicals aren't my thing, but I do love Matt Rogers. He made it funny. He made it fun. You know what? I give it a strong. 9.
The show like 8.5, maybe a 9 out of 10, but I would give the merch signing a 10 out of 10.
Yeah. So after the show, Matt was like, I'm going to be signing some merch, guys, meet and greets, on the second level. So he's my idol, and I make Colby and Avery come with me. I get a record.
You're skipping by this a little bit. We had to wait like 30 minutes to purchase a record.
Yeah, and then get in another line to sign it. I was too under the influence to realize that I needed to take the plastic wrapper off of the record because he's gonna sign it.
Also, there was the person coming through the line that was like minimal touching, and the whole time I was like, why are you telling me this? Like, who would I be touching? And then I saw how some of the Katie's were interacting with Matt, and I was like,
They love it. So, you know what? Another thing, Matt Rogers is really good with the crowd. Like, people were saying the dumbest things, and he was laughing because these are his fans, and he treated them really well, even if they are kind of annoying.
Yeah. Speaking of which, and I wanted to ask you this last time when we talked about stands, but what would our stands be?
Oh, for this podcast?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I think I want them to be Velmas.
Oh, Velmas would be great.
Like,
and they dress up as Velmas?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just like big rack, dorky glasses, turtleneck, kitten heels, losing the glasses on the floor.
Yeah, and then on stage at live events, we're dressed up as Daphne's.
Yes.
Oh my God.
Yeah, if you like want to win us over, and
Velma.
Yeah, Velma.
Yeah,
100%.
They're Velmas.
Anyway, back to the signing line.
So while we're all three of us were like really, really under the influence, like out of it, could barely speak. The stage management or whatever was giving us a Post-it and a pen so that we write it on, put it on the record so that Matt has like the spelling of our name.
And like where to sign.
And it just makes everything go quicker. Because we were not in the right state of mind, we thought it would be hilarious. Instead of saying my name, I put Hole, Hole. And then after why did we put the accent mark over the E?
I don't know. I think you were like freaking out that it was going to be Hole. And I was like, oh, well, they're going to ask you, what this is. So just tell them like it's Holé. You're Latino.
Oh yeah. And so I put an accent mark over the E. And so that's all I put on the Post-it note.
Yeah.
Where next in line, the person that's like running the line, the stage management, looks at it and looks at us and says, "How do you pronounce this?" And
in the most deadpan voice ever, like
completely oblivious.
Clearly did not pick up on it, and
we say Holé, and then as soon as she walks off, we start uncontrollably laughing. Like I am, my hands are on my knees, like I am dying of laughter, and I hand it to him. I'm still kind of laughing, and then
did you hear what he said?
What did he say?
So he looked at it and he goes, "Love this."
Oh my God. We were very clearly not in the right state of, I couldn't say anything.
I love the photo that we have with Matt, which we'll have to post it.
We'll post it. If you zoom in, my veins on my neck are popping because I'm holding my breath because I'm trying not to laugh. And at one point he did turn to me but didn't say anything. I think he definitely knew, right? But was kind of scared to say, is this supposed to be Hole in case my name was actually Holé?
Oh, for sure. He knew.
Oh my God.
And then as we were walking away, I was just like, not this. And then he like screamed it back.
Oh
yeah. I loved that.
Oh God. Oh, yeah.
Do you think
Perfect night.
Do you think he went out afterwards?
No, because he
had to go to LA the next day, I think.
Yeah.
I wish we knew him. We could have taken him out.
I wish I wasn't so blasted off into space that I could have said, "You're my idol" or something.
Oh no, that would be cringy.
Yeah, well,
he hears that from so many people. I'm sure you would have been another Katie. You don't want to be a Katie.
You're right. You're totally right. Right, like always.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, I would strongly urge anyone that loves Christmas and life and joyness to go see this Christmas show. I think he only has 1 or 2 more shows. But
yeah, and worst case, I think it's streaming on Showtime.
Oh yeah,
I don't think it's the most current one. It might have been from last year,
a year or 2 ago.
Yeah, but I'm sure most of it is still the same. But highly worth checking out if you can't go see him in person.
Yeah, I think it's on Showtime's. Called Have You Heard of Christmas? Fantastic.
Mm-hmm. Well, anything else to add?
Nope.
Well, thank you for listening. We both wish you a happy holidays.
Happy holidays, and we'll see you in the next year.
Yep. See ya. Hey, it's Colby and Alex here. Thank you for listening to No Notes.
If you enjoyed the show, don't forget to follow us wherever you get your podcasts and share with your friends.
You can also follow us on Instagram at No Notes Pod, one word, where you'll find updates on new episodes and see more into our lives and the stories that we share with you on this show.
Your support means the world to us. Until next time, keep it real and keep it queer.